Hey everybody, welcome to Brickmaster Studios. I'm Caleb, and today we're gonna be building a LEGO Ironmonger suit from Iron Man 1. So, before we get into the whole build, let me just give you like a 3D view around the whole thing. So, yeah, it looks a bit fat from this perspective, but let me assure you that it's not completely the case. So, one of the reasons it looks this way is when building this, I was trying to make it so it could completely fold out. I actually have this built in real life, and eventually I will show it off. But for now, let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is get two of these 1x2 modified bracket pieces that go upward with the 4 studs on the side, and get it in like the light gray color. And then you want 2 of these rounded black 1x2 plates with holes in the middle of each stud. And you're gonna put them so that each black 1x2 plate is right beside the gray one. Next thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get another black 1x2 modified piece but this time it only has 2 studs, and the bracket is going upwards, as you can see right here. And then you'll want to get 2 of these orange rounded 1x1 tiles in trans orange color, and put them on the inner side of the intersection of the studs. That's facing away from the gray thing. You will also want to get 2 darker gray wedge pieces to put beside the orange studs. Make sure they're facing in a downward slope, kind of like this. Also, get 2 of these specific kinds of 1x2 modified like hinge pieces that have the 3 segments for attaching items, and put them behind each of these 1x2 bracket things. You also want the opposite end of the hinge, which is going to be a 1x1 modified tile and plate hinge that you attach to the middle bracket of the earlier piece on both sides. And then on the anti-stud area of both of those hinges, you want to put 2 of the 2 trans orange studs with the holes in the middle. After that, this step is relatively simple. You just need to get 2 of these Technic bricks with the 2 pinholes in dark gray, and put 2 Technic axle things, like these things, like the ones that are half pin, half axle, with the friction. Make sure it has the friction ridges and that it's angled in this way. I'll zoom in closer so you get a better view of the angle that it's situated at. And that's about it for that step. After you do that, you're going to attach 2 of these pieces to each one of those pin slash bar pieces, or pin slash axle, I mean, and angle them at, it's like a 45-degree angle or something like that. And then you're gonna put 2 more blue pins in each one of these pieces, facing outward, so that you can put these whatever these are called, these, yeah, I don't know what most of these pieces are. So these like corner Technic pieces that hold axles, like you want to put these on top of those, facing in the same direction as shown. Next is another relatively simple step. You're gonna take 2 of these pieces and put them inside of the previous bar corner axle pieces, whatever they're called, and you're gonna put them all the way in. There will be a little bit of a gap. That's okay, you don't have to worry about that. And then you're gonna take two more of those blue pin axle things with the friction ridges and put them in each side so that they're facing each other and not away from each other. Next, add a 1x1 modified brick with stud on the side and put one on in each of the holes of these pieces so that it's facing away from the inner part inside of the legs. This will help make the legs look a bit less flimsy when this part is complete, because you're going to be putting these little 2x3 modified tiles in. And then you want to add more 1x1 modified bricks to the bottom. Have the stud face out this time so that you can attach the next pieces, which are some little gun pieces that you can find in one of the new Avengers sets. And then on the back of the guns, you want to add a 1x1 stud with, like, the trans orange 1x1 studs with the holes in the middle. Next up, you're gonna want to get this little hinge assembly here with the those two pieces specifically, and then you're gonna have these two pieces, these 1x2 Technic plates with the Technic thing going down. You're gonna want those on the back of the hinge pieces, and you're also gonna want to make sure that the hinge, it's on the same stud as the Technic pins. Then you're gonna take another 1x2 modified bracket thing that faces upward and in the color of dark gray, and put a black jumper plate on it. Next, you're gonna need another hinge assembly with it's gonna have a slight angle to it. That way it can work, like fit the figure in it inside of it. And you're also gonna add another end of a hinge piece, the one that clips rather than the one that is clipped on. You're gonna need a pneumatic T piece, whatever they're called, to put inside of the aforementioned clip piece. And then you're gonna take a silver cone and put it on top of that. I almost forgot. You're also gonna want to add a little 1x2 rounded tile to connect all of this assembly to the previous assembly. Next, you're gonna take some 1x2 inverted curves and 1x2 curves and place them on the back of each hinge piece, as well as a 1x2 silver grill, and place it on the top of this lower stud area right there. This next part is also simple, so you want to take another one of these gray hinge pieces that are 1x1, place a black 1x1 rounded tile on top of it, attach one of these hexagonal pieces with the clip hinge attachments on them, and add this 2x2 tile with the stud in the center. Also, you cannot substitute this round tile with a square one, because then the item will not fold out as well as if it has a round one. Then you add a stud on top of that. This is a very short step. And after that stud, you want to add one of these dish pieces that, like, it's a medium-sized dish and a stud with a hole in it. And then you can attach a figure in the middle of these by using this clear back bracket thing that attaches onto studs. That's going to be how you attach any figure into the suit. Next up is the left shoulder. So you want to take one of these robotic arm pieces that in a silver color, attach one of these pneumatic T-pieces, one of these black hinge pieces, a gray 2x2 plate, and then 2 jumper plates on top of that. Make sure that each jumper plate is a color of gray. It doesn't matter if it's dark gray or light gray. I just chose that because it looks cool. And for the right shoulder, you're doing the same subassembly, you're just mirroring it for the other side. And now you want to attach a rounded 1x1 hinge piece to the upper jumper plate so that the hinge is facing up. Then you want to attach a 1x1 clip piece to that, as well as a 1x2 curved slope piece thing. And then you will add a 1x2 little Technic plate with the Technic pin attached to it, as well as a 2x2 curved plate piece, like it's like a wing sort of. And then you want to add another one of these little 1x2 Technic plates to the front item. Next, put a flick missile inside of the upper Technic plate and put a sort of robot hand piece inside of the top of the Technic pin and attach some handlebars to it so that you can curve that over the top of the flick missile. Then take a 1x1 cylinder piece, put it on the bottom of the Technic pin, add a clip to the stud of the cylinder, and then use this new lantern piece to attach to the clip. This is gonna be the main arm. And then you're gonna take this cylinder piece and put a gray stud with a hole on it, and put another robot hand piece, this time in black, inside of it, and insert this little subassembly into the lantern. And then you're gonna mirror this. Well, oh wait, I was incorrect. Then you add this little thing, like this little 1x1 clip piece to what's left of the end of the pneumatic T-piece that was used for the shoulder, and attach a stud shooter to it with orange stud. Then you're gonna mirror the whole assembly for the other side. And that's pretty much the whole build, except for like a few choice pieces that they do not have in Studio, and that I will have to show you on Bricklink itself. So for the missing piece, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to order an Iron Man Mark I figure, and specifically try and get his helmet, and that suits the Iron Monger very well. If you want to, you can use some labels and make the eyes glow white instead of be completely dark. Here's a look at the armor in real life with the helmet on and the whole assembly completed. As you may have noticed, the toes are different colors of pieces in real life, but that's because I did not have all the pieces to make it exactly like the one in studio. But now for the moment you've probably all been waiting for. I'm gonna unfold the suit. But first, let me show you a little cool thing, the reason for this cone here. You can take the helmet off of your figure and put it on the little cone so that it looks like he's not fully suited up. I've got a little Obadiah Stane figure already in there. Let me put the helmet back on him. You know what? No, I'll leave it off while I'm unfolding. So what you want to do, you want to fold the shoulders forward. This is why I had you put a little circular piece beneath this dish. So you fold the shoulders forward and then fold the chest down. After that, you want to fold the area with the grill down, and that's the whole thing unfolded. It's really easy to take the figure out and put him back in. You just want to make sure you have one of these double-studded neck brackets. And that's the end of this build. I hope you all really enjoyed building this with me. I'm hoping to add more videos to this channel in the future, though I don't know if that will happen yet. This is Caleb with Brickmaster Studios signing off. Have a nice day, everybody.